All right, let's roll. Let's do this thing. I'm not even really sure what day it is. Tuesday, the Twisted Tuesday. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the patrons, and everybody else in between. We appreciate you joining us. What's up, Vegas Gun? Kyle Johnson, Larry, Bruce, Shano. It's Tuesday night tonight, so it's Feinberg. Jeff Feinberg steps up and joins us this evening. We'll talk a little early Super Bowl, and Feinberg's specialty is golf. So for you degenerate gamblers, we'll get a little golf talk, a couple of golf picks. What's up, Bruce? Yeah, I just ate as well. And I don't really feel too good, but that's besides the point. If I didn't do a show every time I didn't feel good, fuck, I don't think I could charge you guys $20 a month. Although we might not be doing a show on Friday night because the Knicks are playing the Nets. Although everyone's going to flake out. But this is something, this is what I'll probably end up going alone if I have to. Corey's going down in flames. It's one of those deals that would have been better if you didn't get the bet in. Riggs has been AWOL since that Kansas game. It's the thing when your buddies are degenerate gamblers, people kind of disappear. What up? I keep thinking it's Wednesday today. Yeah, I got to get down to the Barclays Center. I got to get down to the Barclays Center on Friday night, the Knicks and the Nets. So, yeah, earlier in the day, listen, yesterday Corey sent me a text, and I felt bad because, look, Jazz, it's like a full circle. Jazz and Cam are inputting for me, and Corey's got Jim Day as his inputter. But, Corey plays a lot of games, like $25 a game. He plays parlays and stuff, too. And he's hitting parlays. He hits parlays every couple of days, Corey. But so he asked me, he's like, I don't like bothering Jim all the time. He goes, all right, if I, send you the plays. So I told him, yeah, no problem. I said, yeah, if you ever want to send me the plays, just no problems, The thing is, I forgot to tell him, though, I don't look at my phone. Yeah, allegedly. I don't look at my phone. So last night, Corey sent me pics in a panic. I didn't see them till fucking I went to bed last night. I didn't even know where my phone was. like my phone was on the floor next to my bed type shit. I was like, oh, there's my phone. And I looked. I was like, missed text. No one calls me. No one even has my number. So it's like I look. I'm like it's Corey. I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't get his plays in. But I didn't look to see whether he won or lost. So I asked him today. And whatever. He fucking won 2 bets. He lost. He would have played a parlay. So I saved him some juice last night by not getting the bet in. So I told him today. I said, listen, now that I know if you want me to get picks in, I'll look at my phone, So lo and behold, he fucking sends me a text at like 3:30, 4 o'clock today. I respond back to him. I'm like, all right, cool. They actually called me, fuck. He called me right before game time decisions. And I said, yeah, I'm good. Fucking, I said, send me an email. Send me an email with all the information and the picks. Yeah, exactly. I'm the fucking inputter. How can I say no, Jazz, right? So, I'm like, yeah, no problem. Send me an email with the picks. Fine. So, I'm doing this during game time decisions today. So, I log on to fucking FanDuel. It wouldn't accept the bet. Fuck. I'm assuming you didn't listen to the show, Drew, today because you probably would have been tweeting about it, but it didn't accept the fucking bet. It told me I'm not in New Jersey. So I'm like, well, this is fucking bullshit. So fucking, like, I logged into the account, no problem. I'm like, all right, I got a problem. So I log in, it lets me in, ding, ding. I fucking start poking around. I never really, I never really, I never bet on that fucking book before, right? So I'm poking around. I'm pretty good at sports books. I figure shit out fast. So I'm like, all right, here's his plays. Boom. Plays, and it fucking spins, and then it tells me I'm not in New Jersey. And then all it said is just, it said log out and log back in. So I logged out, I logged back in, and I got the same fucking thing. Yeah, but I was in the middle of a radio show, Drew. I wasn't updating and fucking anything. You know, I'm running a radio show off a fucking computer. I wasn't updating jack shit. And the thing is, I already fucking have the Geo fucking thing cleared. Like, I bet at DraftKings and shit. Or I play DFS at DraftKings. I don't know what the hell it is. But I wasn't shutting my computer off. I wasn't rebooting shit. Anyways, the moral of the story is, his pick fucking lost. There's not lucrative shit. You know what it is? It's not being an inputter. It's lucrative being a bookie. It's lucrative being a bookie. It's the same shit. The guy at Fantasy gave me $50 to put in on a parlay when I went to the book for him. I forgot to put it in. Fuck. I forgot to put it in. And you know what's crazy? I have a good memory too for shit like that. But for some reason, when he gave me the money, I knew I was going to forget. I was like, fuck, I know I'm going to forget this. I was like, I got to write this down. I got to remember somehow. Fuck it, I got to play this guy's parlay. So lo and behold, I forgot all weekend. When I went to the book, I actually remembered. It popped in my head, fuck. When I walked in, I was like, all right. Well, I'm like, good, you remembered. I'm in fucking line, all right? There's only like 5, 6 people in front of me in line. I wasn't even in line that long. I'm in line, and I'm in line, and I even remember, I'm like, all right, remember to play his parlay. Lo and behold, I leave the fucking window. I'm like, I didn't play the parlay. And after, there's a big line. So I was like, fuck me. But the thing is, his parlay was the Rams and the Chiefs. So I could have got back in line. Then I realized, I was like, fuck that, man. I said, I just put a shitload on the Chiefs anyways. And I have the Rams on the money line. So I said, if it wins, it wins, and I'll give him the fucking money. And I won't care because I'll be happy because I just fucking won anyways. And lo and behold, the Chiefs ended up losing. So basically, if I would have taken his play and I would have taken Corey's play, I'd be up right now. I'd be 2-0. I've got no problems with YouTube, Stooch. That's strange. I don't know. Does anyone else have any problems? Yeah, it seems like it's pretty lucrative to be a bookie instead of inputting. Just take the bets. No, man, these Jersey books are fucked, dude, online. Fucking phones have problems. Everyone has fucking problems. Even Corey says, yeah, one Secaucus station it works, the other one it doesn't. Like fucking, it's like it's all over the place, this shit. The point is, New York has to get their shit together and get this going. Which supposedly they are. The wheels are in motion. Except the actual books are going to be upstate and in Western New York, as we sort of expected. Which I don't know why I don't know why the plan is not to have them around the city at least, or at least like Long Island, Belmont, etc. Like they announced like 4 or 5 casinos in the state of New York that would have sports betting, and none of them are in the New York City area. Now, there aren't any really casinos in the New York City area. I guess there's that Empire place that people keep talking about, but it's all video stuff for the most part. They have video, blackjack video, you know what I mean? The new virtual digital games and stuff like that. So that's like what they have at Woodbine in Ontario. There's a casino there, but it's not. It's a casino. They call it a casino, but there's no dealers or anything. But from what I understand, they would have the app in the state of New York, which would still fuck me, but they would have the app. They would have the app, but there would be no like actual books around. Which once again is just stupid. Like we talked about this last night with the weed thing in Canada. Like either something's legal or it's fucking not legal. The fact that like with everything that here we are, the fact that here we are in 2019, I keep thinking it's 2018. But the fact that here we are in 2019 and this is their beefs. That people are actually, you know, there's still a big debate about marijuana and a big debate about sports betting. But Jazz is right. They want to track everything. It's interesting Nevada doesn't have the same approach. Like when you go to Nevada, there's no tracking anything on the app, you know? Like I signed up for Will Hill when I was in Nevada. And I was betting on Will Hill on my phone. But it had to be in the state of Nevada, but it worked. I had no problems and shit. I just showed my ID and they just said, all right, like, it's basically, you know, international thing. You know, it's real simple. You know, like I don't understand the state of New Jersey, like their little deal here with that. Like basically, so like the whole point of having the app, like Atlantic City, you have tourists and shit. Like that's the whole thing with Nevada. They push that. Even like at the lobby of hotels, they all have like a sign up. Hey, you know what I mean? No need to wait at the line at the window. Just get the app, and you can bet, and then just go to the window to get your money after. That's a good point, Jazz. That's a very good point. Nevada doesn't have a state tax. Yeah, but you know what? They still have federal tax. They still have federal stuff. Like they still monitor. If you win a lot in Nevada, they get you. So it's not a free for all. You know what I mean? It's not a free for all. Like if you win more than 10K, they're up your ass, fucking Nevada. They give you the money, but you have to sign a paper. You have to sign this IRS form. But what most people do is like they don't play. they don't play like bigger tickets. Like they'll play a bunch of $2,000 tickets and stuff as opposed to one $20,000 ticket, which makes a hell of a lot more sense. I'll be honest with you. A lot of those tickets that you see with handicappers and stuff, and they're like, oh, I bet this, they're fake. And even though you're like, oh, it looks real or whatever, it's not. Or the old trick is what they'll do is they'll just play both sides of it, right? Like that dude, he always gets publicity around the Super Bowl. What's the guy? Vegas Dave. I bet maybe the feds told him to chill out because he did do time so recently. I know he's out, but you notice usually around the conference championship games, he's always like, I've got, $1 million on this game, and he tweets the picture out. And, the thing is, he's taking the other side too, right? And he gets all this attention, and people think he's a high roller, and then he sells a shitload of picks. Like, it's the hustle more than the handicap, right? Like, on that level. And, hey, it's worked for him. Jeff Feinberg's the other. He's more the handicap. He's not the hustle, as you can see. No frills, no Lamborghinis, no hookers on the arm and all that. What's up, Jeff?
No, you're not wrong, Gabe. A lot of those guys, you see those big tickets. Whatever they're paying in the vig that they lose, that's like the cost of like an advertisement because Ravel's gonna like retweet it.
Exactly. It's actually pretty smart. I'm not.
Yeah. You lose 1,000, whatever. They might even have a deal with the book, like charge me fake vig because I'm just betting both sides here.
Well, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, dude. That's what I was gonna say. That a lot of
they talk to the book manager even for that ticket to say the name of the book and get retweeted 50,000 times.
Because you would ask yourself, well, why wouldn't MGM or wouldn't the book freak out if someone was like putting fake tickets up? And no, why would they? They're getting all this attention. Fuck, the people bet at that book, right? It's free advertising.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, free advertising. And there's a lot of games with that. The other old trick, and in the business is with books, the ones that offer the really stupid props. So someone's going to offer fucking number of days. Let's just say if I was running a sports book, I would do a government shutdown prop.
Yeah.
Will the government shutdown still be going? Super Bowl.
There was a guy.
Days government shutdown punts in the game right now. Bang. Next thing you know, dude, you're on CNN. Oh, the shutdown has hit the point where odds makers are making jokes about it. And there's odds. You know what I mean? Yeah. King. Remember like Paddy Power. Not Paddy Power. I think it was Paddy Power were pretty good at it. And the other ones, the original ones, Golden Palace. They were the geniuses of it. Where they would just offer ridiculous fucking things. Fuck. We offer fucking Sarah Palin $10 million to do porn. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's stupid, but the media picks it up and they fall for it. It's ridiculous. You don't remember the Golden Palace too? They used to have the guy that he walked on the golf course with the Golden Palace tattooed on his back.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, they were ambushing. They used to just pay a streaker. Fuck. They said, listen, they did like the porn star. A couple of porn stars did it at golf too. I don't know. It was Mary Carey. There's another porn chick did it. They gave her like fucking, $300,000. She just had to fucking put Golden Palace naked on her tits. And she had to fucking walk onto the course at the Masters. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was the Masters or the U.S. Open, whatever it was. But finally, like, people told Golden Palace, listen, we're going to arrest you. You got to stop doing it. They did the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They got the guy on at the Super Bowl.
And that was the Seahawks-Steelers Super Bowl, say, in Detroit.
Yeah. All right, so I saw you tweeting a little bit. I saw you retweet Rams jersey picture. So what's your feeling on this? You hate the Patriots so much? Because I know you're not really a Rams guy because, although they are your stadium buddies, like they're your brothers. So,
I don't know. Yeah, I think I like that. Listen, I'll start off by saying I guess I should have said this on the tweet is I don't know, this is so cheesy. You might think this is like, what do I care? I think, though, Gabe, but starting at Super Bowl 50, the NFL stopped making these authentic, original, like Super Bowl logos, and they just went to this generic XL with the 1-1s, and they all look the same. And I used to love the logo art of the Super Bowl. Even the World Series stopped doing this. The only people that still do it with like new logo art for their big event, I know it's going to sound funny, is WrestleMania.
So what are you saying with the logo? I know what you mean with the, the patch.
They used to have the patch.
What are they doing? You're saying it was special or now? Because they have it now. I saw it, but they just take the logo of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just like generic. It's not like this.
Okay,
If it was in Arizona, it'd be like a desert theme. When it was in San Diego, it was like the logo was like just cool and independent, and they were always different. Now it's just this generic one that they just reuse each year. And I don't know why they would ever decide to do it. I love those.
That's interesting. Logos. It still bothers me to this day. Me and Cam talked about it. I don't like NHL teams wearing dark jerseys at home. But your attention to detail is deep about the Super Bowl patch. It's a good point, though.
Not even just a patch, though.
You're right.
Not even just a patch.
Like a jersey you're buying at Foot Locker. It's a generic where it's just sort of steamed on. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm not even talking about the patch. Like the logo of the Super Bowl used to be like always like different. Now they just do this X. Now that since Super Bowl 50, they went to this XL or.
It's a good point. The XL 111 or the XL.
Like if you just Google image like all-time Super Bowl logos and you saw like the sheet, then I'm starting at Super Bowl 50. It was just like. I don't know. I'm being as kid. I love the Super Bowl logos, and now I don't know. That's just they've gone away with them. But the patches.
Talking about jerseys, you have to like the Rams busting out the classic.
Yeah, it's funny how all those like old Rams, like Vermeil and Warner, and maybe you'll get a chance to talk to Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall's schedule. They're
trying to play the revenge. They're trying to play like the revenge card, like it's a college football rivalry or something here.
Yeah, I can't put words in Marshall Faulk's mouth, but I asked him about this last month, and it's funny. How do you not, right? It's one of those deals where I don't know how it came up, but it did. And he said, he didn't accuse him of cheating full out, but basically said yes, that they knew what was coming. He doesn't know, he's not going to full out, but yeah, he basically said yes, but you're right. It is like a college thing, and it's funny because it was so long ago, but it really wasn't. Like, that was my first Super Bowl on the air. That's when it started, 2002. So it's funny that it's all come full circle.
2002, because of the 9/11. Yeah, 2002. You're right.
It's funny that it's come full circle now, all here, and it's still fresh with everybody. Still, Dick Vermeil. That's why Dick Vermeil tweeted the other day. Congratulations to the Chiefs. At least they did it the right way.
Right.
Pretty much, Eric Dickerson's talking about it. Kurt Warner. Even Kurt Warner's not a controversial guy. Even Kurt Warner says, I don't want to think they cheated, but they probably did. Like everybody, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. Like it's to the man. Marshall Faulk. It's to the man, and. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that they play each other here right now. Sean McVay was only 16 at the time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was an annoying weekend as a whole. Not even for betting, but all of a sudden the Chargers and the Rams. The Rams already have enough legs up, kind of on the Chargers, but I think this has kind of exposed them. Like how few fans, like how really no one actually cares. Not to say it'd be different.
Did you see the now? It's like politics. This stuff. So you can make anything look like.
Yeah, I saw it. Just like local, like the video of local bars where people like.
There was a local, and they kicked the game-winning field goal. And it was like sort of like a clap. One dude put his hands up. That was about it. But the thing is, it looked like more of a coffee house type thing. I mean, like you could see it wasn't. There was other sports bars in LA that wasn't the same.
There's LA. LA's got a place for listen.
But one thing is, I just saw they just posted it a couple hours ago. The ratings for the Patriot Chief game were higher in LA than the Rams Saints game.
Yeah, they were higher in San Diego, apparently. Like if you take away like the pound for pound average, because
It's the time. It's the time zone. And also, listen, LA's massive.
Yeah.
And you can't expect the entire city of LA to care about the Rams.
Like, no, that's the thing. Exactly. There's
it's the
so
same
many
thing here in New York, Jeff.
Yeah, there's 30 million people. So
not everyone cares about the Jets, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone cares about the Giants. Like, there's people that don't know. Like I remember, I hate to put it in this context, but you remember when, a dude ran over a bunch of people in a van here. And, like CNN was like, oh, the city is like, gripped with fear and shit. Like I saw Drew. Drew didn't even know what happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, in like New York City, there's like probably 8.5, 10 million people. Like 1.5 million of them like hockey, and that's enough to make the Rangers fucking great and popular. And maybe I'm saying too many, but
yeah, well, that's just like
who cares? There's enough. Yeah.
The Rams fans are splintered, though. You know what the Rams fan base? Because listen, I lived there in the Everett era and shit, right? So the Rams fan base, there are fans, but they're either fucking really old now, and they're not at sports bars, they're not running around. But I guarantee you, dude, there's a dude. It's an old school Eric Dickerson, Jim Everett, fucking. Those Rams teams were good, dude. Henry Ellard. Those were good teams. They were stuck, bro. They had Joe Montana in the division and the Niners. Those Rams teams won 12 games every year and shit. They were good. They just couldn't get past the Niners. So there's older guys out there for sure that are like happy for the Rams right now back in LA. They're just not in sports bars. They're like fucking old dudes in Orange County watching on TV. And then there's the new school sort of Ram fan that, just is Mr. LA that jumped on the wagon type thing. And also there's disgruntled Charger fans that jumped on their wagon. There's disgruntled Raider fans. Like even that Darth Vader guy that he was the president, dude. He was the chapter leader of like one of the Black Hole fan clubs. Like he was the guy. He was one of the guys. He didn't miss a game and like every whatever. And he fucking had enough. Like he was like, we're not going to be used to the last second here. And they watch Ram games now in his garage. He's like, we don't go. We're not. He goes, I can't just. He's it's like getting divorced. He goes, I can't just. We're not dressing up as Rams fans. But he goes, we watch Rams games now. Vegas. I had people in Vegas tell me they wish they got the Rams instead of the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, they probably wish they got the Chargers game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, other than the fact that if you've been to Vegas, I've been to Vegas a few times on Sundays in football season. And even if the Raiders are good or bad, especially at the Westgate there's a Raider vibe. It is, the Raiders own the Southwest. So for the most part they do, but I don't know, Gabe.
They're going to regret it. They're going to regret getting the Raiders. Like you said, they would have been better off getting the Rams and the Chargers. You're right. But the Chargers would have been a good fit for them. But honestly, you can't get a better fucking fit than Las Vegas for the Raiders, actually. The only thing is, Vegas doesn't like that. You know what I mean? Like Vegas is already crazy enough. Like Vegas is a violent fucking city, man. Like follow their newspaper and shit on Twitter. Every hour, gas station shooting, kid missing, it's a fucking crazy, crazy place. And now you're going to have like fucking 90,000 crazies, even more, like roaming the fucking streets every weekend. They're going to make the price so expensive. It's going to keep some of the riffraff out. But I was there, dude, like for the Raiders preseason and this year. And I went to a viewing party outside. They had it on Fremont Street. And it was basically like a fucking cell block, bro. Like, like this isn't like Steve Wynn walking around with champagne, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if Vegas knows what they're in for. I'll put it that way.
Well, I don't know. I can't lie, Gabe. I'm excited at the prospect of going to Vegas and getting to go to a Chargers game. That concept seems pretty exciting.
Oh, I hate to be a mark too, Jeff, but the NFL draft is there in 2 years. Holy fuck. What a shit show that's going to be.
Yeah.
That's sort of the first official NFL event. They're setting it up with the Raiders going there. So the draft next, not this year, but next year is in Vegas. So I'm going to go to the draft. But look, you see what the tickets are for the Super Bowl this year? You see Darren Rovell just tweeted out some guy paid $92,000 for 4 seats.
Yeah, those are like the super elites. I think
they're good seats. But, dude, the Super Bowl in Vegas, it's going to be astronomical.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the Super Bowl is going to be in Vegas in 2025. And just imagine what the fucking price is going to be, dude. With the hotels are going to be charging like $400 to watch the game at that point in time.
Wow. I didn't even think about the hotel watch part.
Yeah, like think about the hotel rooms. They're not even going to rent it to you because you don't have enough money and the high rollers. And like, it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a big disparity. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out. But it's football, so it will work. It's not like, oh, it'll fizzle out or anything. But you mentioned WrestleMania. I've never been to a WrestleMania before, and even though I'm pretty old now, something that would be cool to see. And from what's up, Spencer? And from what I understand,
it's in New York. It's in New York.
It's at MetLife Stadium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dear God, yeah. Dude, I'm fucking 11 minutes from MetLife Stadium right now.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's going to be awesome, Gabe.
And do a sports book. Fuck, I'll go get wasted in the sports book, play some bets on sports during the day, and stumble into the wrestling after.
It's fucking the Rumble this weekend. I was looking for odds. I couldn't find any, but this weekend's the Royal Rumble, too.
When's WrestleMania? Like the first weekend of April?
It's like April 4th or something, yeah.
Oh, so it's like, yeah, it's March Madness. It's March Madness. It's the Final Four weekend all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Last year it was on Masters Sunday. This year I want to say it's the week before the Masters.
Yeah, because I know you're right. Sometimes it's landed, I remember, in between the Final Four on Saturday and then the championship game on Monday night. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go to WrestleMania. Well, I say I will now, but how much will it cost to get to WrestleMania? Like a couple $100?
No, I don't even think that much because MetLife is so big, Gabe. It's not a fucking arena. I mean, like, to get in.
It's a big dude. I think it's the second biggest stadium in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's a huge facility. Like, if you want to get in, I don't think there'll be that much big of a problem. Like, just as an example, SummerSlam in Toronto at the Air Canada Center. I don't care whatever they call it, Nova Scotia. I argue that the average ticket price will be a lot more.
The tickets have to be on sale already.
Yeah, tickets are for sure on sale.
Yeah, okay. I went to StubHub here. All right, so let's just click the Super Bowl here. All right, because they had it pop up right away. All right, they're going all out here. Get your Super Bowl tickets. It includes a Super Bowl party. A meet and greet. So this is who you get to meet and greet. Dan Fouts, Ryan Shazier, and Emmanuel Sanders. You then get to throw the football, catch passes. So it's basically like a party type thing. Catch passes from Mark Brunell and Cordell Stewart.
If you can get into WrestleMania for $100, you know. That looks like what the get-ins cost. Get in.
What, 100? What, on StubHub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eat and drink, local craft brews, blah blah blah. It's not bad. At least they give you all this shit with your fucking Super Bowl ticket.
I'd rather just buy the ticket, not have to pay for that shit.
How much is the fucking ticket? All right, cheapest ticket to get into the Super Bowl.
How much?
$3,000.
Yeah. I don't think these teams do much for the secondary market.
I think the tickets will come down too, yeah.
You know, I think if you're a Patriot fan that can afford to go, you've probably already been to a couple. The only logical reason I could think you're actually going to go is to say, like, I think this is going to be the last one. So I want to go, pay homage to the era. And fuck, man, I don't know.
I was just wondering here. All right, it's StubHub's party. Okay, I was wondering because I'm like the NFL isn't giving this shit to people. It's StubHub, so StubHub's paying Brunel and these guys to be there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
every
sense.
ticket purchase on StubHub gives you access to the Super Bowl StubHub party. So boom, you get to drink for free. It's like all you can drink. You get shit faced, and you meet Cordell Stewart, Mark Brunel, Emmanuel Sanders, Dan Fouts, and Ryan Shazier. Oh, and there's a StubHub free concert that you get to go to. Yeah, that's you know what? Honestly, 3,000 is not that bad.
Nope.
I'm not saying it's a lot of money, obviously, but
if the Chargers were there, I would pay it.
And it'll come down. It'll go down to like 2,200, 2,000 for this ticket. Like you said, the Patriots secondary market's one of the worst ones ever all the time. They're in the Super Bowl every year, and the Rams don't have a secondary market. How many people are flying from LA to the Super Bowl? 40, 60? Like maybe there's like one plane, one tour group. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly.
No, I know exactly what you're. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, Gabe.
Probably more Patriot fans from fucking LA going. If you're in LA, why would you want to leave too? Yeah. Although Atlanta would be, that's another thing too.
Far as fuck. It's just far.
Another thing too, it's like you get gouged, dude, like all week there. You know what I'm saying? Hotels, restaurants, taxis, Uber, everything's premium. Oh, expensive.
To people that actually, really do want to go. I've heard on most accounts, I don't know, Gabe, you went in Houston. The ticket is, for the most part, easier to come by than like a hotel room.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Super Bowl tickets, like by game day, they're really around. I've been to a few Super Bowls, and it's always the same thing. And the Patriots are always there, and every year it's the same thing. They're like, fucking Patriots. Like, the guys hate it. Like, look at Darsh. Darsh saw the Broncos and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl here in New York. And he was smart. Like, he didn't come in for all the bullshit. He literally showed up like the Sunday morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get a ticket because everyone's leaving. Even like all the players.
Leaving. You don't get out for the rooms. You're not like there for fucking, Thursday or Wednesday getting ripped off all week at restaurants and shit,
Yeah.
You roll right in game day. Dude, he got a ticket for $600 like on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like he paid less than face value.
Yeah. Everyone, even people that like can afford to go, that are made people that have tickets, they realize by like Saturday they just want to get the fuck out of town.
Oh yeah, I learned that in my first Super Bowl when it was I was on Media Row. And,
why is everyone so excited to leave? No, like everyone leaves before the fucking game. They just want
Jim Rome. Jim Rome was fucking. It was the Friday, and Jim Rome was packing up, and he was like, "All right, see everyone, take care, nice meeting everyone." And everyone, I said to him, "You're not staying for the game?" He's like, "Oh God, no." He's like, "God, no." He goes, "Oh, fuck no." He goes, "I'll be home in about 6 hours." Fuck. He said, "I'm going right to the airport right now." And like you said, I realized all the big shot media dudes.
But even not even the media dudes, even those like celebrities that you see, they're all there for the parties. They're all there for the parties, to be interviewed, to promote. They're fucking gone by Sunday morning. Like they're gone.
Yeah, they don't want to be at the game.
Only the marks are at the airport on Monday morning. Right?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Paying premium flights to get out. That's another thing, too.
Yeah.
Paying premium. Sort of like a mark like me leaving Vegas, fuck that Super Bowl night, paying premium. That's why I was going to go to March Madness, and I realized that, too. It's like, man, just the overall thing. The airlines gouge you. The hotels raise the price. I'll just stay here. You got betting. Fuck. I'm going to go to Atlantic. I've never been to Atlantic City, so I'm going to go to Atlantic City, March Madness. All right. So early thoughts on the game here, Super Bowl. Are you pulling for the Rams or you hate the Patriots? You got to hate them.
No, I don't know. I could find a reason to not want to see both teams win. I've almost found a newfound respect for the Patriots game. I don't know, like the Chiefs and Chargers were by most accounts, the two best teams in the AFC, and You know,
I can find no reason. There's not one reason for to like this, for want the Patriots to win.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. The lines move pretty hard, right? It's almost moved like a field goal. Would it open at like a pick 'em or Patriots minus a half?
Exactly. That's why it's, you know what that's telling you? It's telling you that the Rams, look at the odds makers opened it up at 1. So the odds makers think the Rams are a 1 point better team. It's the public and everyone else that's blowing Brady right now that have blown this point spread up. Yeah. So it's not an unbiased, neutral observation. It's the sort of people are in this.
I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush to touch it.
I don't know if you saw today, but the South Point moved it to 3. And it's funny because Stevens, the guy that runs South Point, said that, it was 2.5. He goes, we thought it was going to hit 3, so we figured why not be the first ones to do it? So they moved it to 3, and they immediately had to take it down. They got fucking ambushed, he said. He said they got whacked hard with Ram money. Like, people heard +3, and they jumped on the app, and they crushed it. And so he goes, we have to move it back to 2. And he said, it's interesting. They want to dangle it out there. And it's one of these deals where Johnny Public's all over the Patriots, but if they move it to 3, fucking Sammy fucking Shark here is going to come in and fucking nail the Rams, right?
I would bet the Rams at 3. So that I see that. If someone posted the 3 in front of me, I never saw one.
Yeah, no, it hasn't hit offshore yet anywhere. It was only the South Point.
Yeah, I'm in no rush to pull a trigger.
You'll probably pull away, Hobgoblin. Pittsburgh are a little off. Duke are just better. Yeah, let's see right now. The total keeps coming down. It was 57.5 last I saw. Yeah, 2.5, 57.5 now.
Gabe, can I tell you? I don't want to do the math on it, and I know people had a lot of bad beats on the weekend, but my Patriots +10. Under 63.5 7-point teaser was such a painful fucking beat. I was watching that game stress-free, enjoying it, even the comeback, enjoying it. And then they go like touchdown, fucking like in the last 4 minutes. Like, even when it was getting high, I'm like, there's no way they're crossing 63.5. And they went to overtime, tied at 60-2, man. Couldn't believe it. Neither of these coaches killed any of that fucking clock.
Yeah, no, trust me. I had a teaser too on the Chiefs at +4. And I went from being up for it. I also had them to cover. I had a lot of money on the game too, all on the Chiefs.
But you hit all those Rams money line. I know you were everything on the Rams.
Yeah, I hit the Rams earlier.
I saw you were joking that you didn't realize you made like 2 a.m. bets and then you're fucking back at the book betting it again.
Yeah, I pulled a Feinberg. I fucking did some drunk betting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I was drunk though because I woke up in the morning. Yeah, it's like I logged on to the bookmaker account. The account was at 0. So I sort of thought for a second. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, shit, did I fucking bet like some stupid fucking Filipino basketball game? And then I realized right away, I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, I didn't even, like, what did I do? I was like, I didn't bet anything. And then I looked at the fucking in-game, the open bets. I saw these plays. I'm like, what the fuck? I like weird numbers, too. Like, I bet like $146.18 on something. Like, just everything was random, weird numbers. Pretty much everything hit at that book. It pissed me off, though, because I wanted a book that fucking takes a while to get paid at, and I lost at the window here. Fuck. It's one of those weird catch-20. It is what it is. What are you going to do? At least I won online. I wanted 2 books online and somehow managed to lose like $100 at the window. But this game's going to go over, dude. The total's coming down. It's going to go over. We lost him. No, he's back. Yeah, the game's going to go over. And the other thing is
Yeah, I don't.
The MVP.
All these games always seem to go over. Like always seem to go over. So the books must have to hang a number.
5 of the last 6 Super Bowls have gone over the number.
The books have to hang a number that are going to make you want to play the like. Who wants to bet the under?
Most of them start slow though. Most of the Super Bowls sort of start off a little slow and then they fucking explode.
Last year had the most yards ever. You know, they kept targeting.
It did, huh? Oh yeah, I don't really see either defense stopping anyone really here too much. I actually think the Rams defense could come up with a few more stops. We saw them come up with stops against the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints have a good run game. They were able to keep that in check. They were able to keep Michael Thomas, you know, from having a big game.
McVay and the offense and stuff. The Rams defense is pretty good. Like we talk about it. They have a bunch of star players. Their window isn't big. Like the Rams team will be old and done in fucking 2 years. So,
no, but even, you know, I mean, listen, they're here. They're in the Super Bowl. It's a success beyond a success. But we talked in the preseason game when they were loading up that I said, yes, they're, you know, the guys in the locker room, the coaches are trying to win the Super Bowl. But they're playing a different game of trying to sell those big LA PSLs, those luxury suites. They had to make a splash, and fuck, they went all in, and they're in the fucking Super Bowl. And what's funny is even their success has seen an increase in Chargers, you know, and Chargers tickets in the new stadium. You know, so like you said, you know, you can make fun of LA. There's so many fucking people in LA that, you know, there's still enough football fans that might actually.
Oh yeah, it doesn't work. It might, you know, there's no rivalry really, but yeah, it doesn't hurt. It helps the Chargers as well. It doesn't hurt to get more hype about football in LA and the stadium, and because for every fan that whatever the Rams become bigger, there's always that local kid that wants to like the other team. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And it's cheaper. The PSLs for the Chargers are cheaper.
Marshall Fox, he knows San Diego well, obviously, right? He played San Diego State.
Yeah.
So he was talking about it, and he said that life is actually easier for the Chargers. And he had a very good point in the sense that he said the Rams are charging way more money. All right? The Rams are going to charge more for tickets. The Rams are charging more for their seat licenses. Like, you know, you know it, like they're over the top. So he said they're under the gun, and they're also under the gun to get sponsorships that match with that. Okay? Yep. And on top of that, he had a great point. He said the Chargers basically will come in and get the secondary everything easily.
And they've undercut everything big time.
But you see what I'm saying? So, like, if the Rams are fucking Coke, the Chargers get Pepsi. You get fucking Budweiser, then, hey, we just go to Coors and say, listen, you want to get your fucking beer in the stadium or what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you get, like, the junior partner. McDonald's, Burger King. It's
and Cave, even like I said,
lap now this way, the Chargers.
Even if they are the Clippers to the Lakers, when the Clippers were good, when the Clippers had fucking Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, they played on Christmas Day.
Yeah, but Jeff, you know what it's like? It's like the Lakers when in Buffalo, if the Lakers, like, if Celino and Barnes would be in Buffalo, they'd be the Lakers. They'd have the Lakers sponsorship. Hey, William Matar's got to advertise somewhere. He's over at the Clipper game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. So, no, they've undercut it. They're cheaper. And I don't know, some people like the joke that, you know, you could like AFC football, like, I don't know, you like the teams in the AFC better. Or if you're just a neutral football fan, you just like NFL football, you don't really care for the Chargers or the Rams, you're just buying the cheaper season ticket, and you'll go to the games you want to go to. You know?
Yeah, I'm pulling for the Rams. I don't like the Patriots. I'm a fan of a lot of players on the Rams. I was high on Jared Goff when he came into the league.
What's funny is they're turning this into, and they tried to with the Chargers game. So this will be even more like that. Like they're turning this into like bird magic, like Dodgers, Red Sox. Like they're trying to like put that LA Boston spin on it. That feels so unnatural to this game, but you know, it is what
it is. In a game, yes, you're right. It's not the Lakers versus the Celtics or the Dodgers versus the Red Sox.
You know.
I'll give you that. All right, Jeff. So before we let you go, what's your take on this golf this week? The return of Tiger Woods. I said last week I'll be looking to fade him in any matchup situations I get, but I haven't looked, but I'm assuming it's the matchups aren't out yet, right?
No, there's a few. I think it could be advantageous, Gabe. I watched his press conference today. Well, I might not be in the business of looking to pick on him. I do exactly see what you're saying. Uh, he had mentioned, with his health, he doesn't like practice like a lot, and he's in a position where he has, and rightfully so, the personal expectation of winning a major, and this is his first start of the year, and it's a process to be in a great position for himself at Augusta. Now, you could say he's won here so much in the past. Those were also his first start. That's when he was actually the greatest golfer of all time that ever played, like at his peak, where he could literally just put the ball in the ground on the first tee and be the best and still win. I don't know. As much as I love Tiger and think he's great and think he can win a couple tournaments this year, maybe even big ones. He won the Tour Championship last year. I don't think he is good enough to just tee it up and win and start one. Yeah, I don't. I think my one and done this week is going to be Gary Woodland. I like Emiliano Grillo. I like Hideki Matsuyama. Those are guys that I have already bet on. It's an interesting week this week, Gabe. There's a lot of good numbers out there. I'm still trying to make a final card.
Let's see. All right, golf matchups, USPGA.
You probably get him versus Fowler or him versus Finau.
Here it is.
He's playing with Finau the first couple.
Now there's Tiger Woods versus Rory McIlroy.
Oh, that's what I meant. I said Fowler, but I meant Rory.
Yeah, it's minus 195. Rory McIlroy is a minus 195 favorite.
Geez, that line really ballooned up. That line really ballooned up.
Look at this. So I'm not getting it. The values on Tiger. Dude, Mark Leishman, minus 166. Tiger Woods, plus 132.
It looks, those lines have really ballooned. I don't know. People.
Patrick Reed, minus 127. Tiger Woods, minus 104.
See, that's really weird because the odds to win don't correlate with that at all.
Yeah, it's almost like the odds makers are thinking people are going to do what I was said. I don't understand this. So you said all this hype with Tiger. So there's only 3 head-to-head matchups here with Tiger. He's the underdog in all 3. Patrick Reed, minus 127. Tiger Woods, minus 104. Rory McIlroy, minus 195. Tiger Woods, plus 154. And then even Mark Leishman's minus 166 favorite against Tiger. Tiger plus 132. Strange. All right. So who'd you say your one and done is?
I'm going with Gary Woodland this week. I bet him at 28-1 as well.
Gary Woodland. All right, me and Cam are going to break this shit down tomorrow. This changes everything, though, for my Tiger Woods approach. I thought it'd be the other way around. I thought Tiger would be. I thought I'd get everyone else at plus 135.
And Gabe, that almost shows you his odds to win are grossly inflated because he's an underdog in head-to-heads against people he's shorter than in to win.
Oh yeah.
Leishman pays more. Reed probably pays double what Tiger pays to win this.
Yeah, it's a good point. It exposes the Tiger fanboys for really betting bad numbers on him.
Yeah, I think he could have a great year. I just don't. I think he's in a process mode for hitting his peak. So I don't know. I don't see him hitting the ground running. That doesn't mean I think he's going to be horrible and miss the cut or something. Maybe that's a 50-50 proposition. Maybe more so. Unlikely to miss the cut. He's so good at Torrey Pines historically. Knows that place so well. But I think
Phil play well here. Doesn't Phil live on this course?
Yeah, Phil's taken this week off. A little strange. He's sort of done some schedule tweaks this year. It is what it is. He will not be there.
All right, Jeff. So we'll speak to you next week before the Super Bowl. We'll get some prop picks for you, whatever you got. All I was going to say is, I guess the local media in Toronto must be talking about Doc Holliday getting to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, haven't really, paid attention much to the local stuff, but that's obviously the big, yeah. That's how they had Gordash on doing the circuit today. So.
Yeah, he deserves it. All right, Jeff.
All right, later, Gabe.
So Jeff Feinberg. Wait to let Jeff go. The moving around and the noise is getting me. Yeah, the moving around and noise. I don't know what it is. I don't know why he moves. I don't know what he does. Yeah, 123, 114, Oklahoma City Thunder victorious. Yeah, Cam asked me, he said, if you got one NBA bet tonight. I've been seeing the NBA board pretty clearly, Brooks, recently, except I'm not on the right side right now of this. I'm not on the right side of this Phoenix game right now. Well, what a shock. That's what happens when you take the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are down by 20. Fuck, are you guys fucking gutless, man? You're down by 20 to Minnesota. God. And Pittsburgh are down by 20. And Mississippi's getting killed. I didn't even like Mississippi. I tailed Corey on that one. Fucking Parson. I tail his 2 picks. I go 0-2. I can't complain. I actually liked them, though. I don't know, man. Mississippi were 15-1 against the spread. I took them. They lost. They lost outright. 15-2 against the spread. This was their next game since they lost the last game. Same shit. I take them again tonight. 15-3 against the spread. This team has played 18 fucking games. They've won and covered every one of them except for 3, and somehow I've been on 2 of the losses. And not one of the wins. Like, I've never bet these guys this year. They lost at home to LSU, and now they're losing on the road to Alabama. And Alabama suck, right? Alabama are like 8-9 or 9-8 or something like that. Like, Alabama are like the middle of, less than good SEC team. It's frustrating. And you know what? We killed it last night. And we there's been some wins. It's not like a train wreck or anything, but I was hoping, things would roll a little bit better. Now let me check in the National Hockey League. I think it's like a good news, bad news, good news, sort of all over the news. Oh my God, Washington blew it and lost 7-6. That's bad news. Are you shitting me? So I lose Ottawa. I lose S.J. Sharkey in Washington. Fucking Washington, man. I'm on Calgary. I'm also on Edmonton. Edmonton fucking suck, man. What channel is NBC Sports Network, anyways? I get this. I never watch NBC Sports. CBS Sports, ESPN, NFL Network, something I don't know what it is, NBA TV, MLB Network, NHL Network, Golf Network, Olympic Network, Tennis Network. I didn't even know there was a tennis network. What the fuck, man? Where the fuck is fucking NBC fucking Sports, man? Come on, man. Fantasy Sports Network. Ugh. Oh, there it is. 212. They have the Detroit-Edmonton game on. Really, Edmonton? Like, just fire everybody. Like this team really is useless. Like the Edmonton Oilers really are. Like they've evolved. They're like the fucking Cleveland Browns, you know. I guess the Browns are actually not bad now, but like I don't know, what can you compare the Oilers to? Like, I mean, the Oilers sucked forever. The Oilers sucked forever, got a million top draft picks, still sucked, got another first overall pick, got like the best player in the league. You know, they're like the Angels. That's who they are. They're like with the Angels and Mike Trout, but even the Angels are better than they are. The Angels like don't completely suck. Like the Edmonton Oilers just suck. I don't take the Oilers a lot, but I've been pretty good when I do take them. I really don't trust these guys at all. Like I don't know what I was thinking tonight. It was more of a play against Detroit. You know, you got a desperate Edmonton team. Detroit are like 3-7 in their last 10 games. Like Detroit are terrible, which just goes to show how bad Edmonton is. Like I've watched like 3 minutes of this game, and even I can see like, fuck, you guys are a bad hockey team. Like, what are you doing? Like, it looks like, is Steve Yzerman playing here? Is that Sergei Fedorov? Like, what's going on? Can you shoot the puck? Shoot, fuck. Like, Edmonton passed the puck around and go in circles. What's up with their orange jerseys, too? This is really bothering me. Fuck. No one in front of the net. No one forechecking. No one fighting for a puck. Let's see what you do coming back. Are you defensive back here? All right, forwards are actually in a defensive position. That should be a penalty, fuck. What are you on Detroit just tripped them? That's a penalty. Edmonton looks slow, man. Wow. Fucking bad hockey team, man. I can't even watch this. Yeah, are you in Edmonton, Andy? You are, aren't you? That's a good way of putting it, Andy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, what are they doing? Like, what? Like, it's a good way of putting it. Like, what's their plan? Like, they're skating around. Like, there's no sense of purpose. Like I said, no one's really forechecking. You sort of casually skate back. You get the puck in the zone, but you don't shoot. No one's in front of the net. You fire it back to the point, but no one wants to shoot. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like you're watching a game like a beer league team. Oh, here's Detroit. It's fucking soft-ass defense there. That's the second fucking time a guy in Detroit, though, has tripped a guy in Edmonton. Look at Edmonton. Lazy. Lazy. Like, they don't want to work. Like, look, they always go for this big play. Oh, look at me. I'm Paul Coffey. Like, what the fuck was that, dude? I thought Ken Hitchcock was going to do something with these guys. The referees are letting them play because these guys are tripping each other left and right. I guess this is a new NHL, right? Nobody hits each other. They just trip each other. Yeah, that's hard to watch. I thought Peter Chiarelli was better than this. I thought he was going to be able to do something with this team. You know, Chiarelli did a good job with the Boston Bruins. And where was he after? Was he in Ottawa? I don't know. Like, the thing is, Chiarelli, he was good with Boston, put together a good team. But seems like, that was a while ago, and seems like he's 0 for 2 in 2 different cities now since this. So maybe he wasn't so great in Boston. Maybe it was just the players were good. Was he in Ottawa before Boston? Huh? So yeah, he didn't build you right. He showed up, right? Well, he did the Sagan deal, didn't he? He traded Sagan for Rask and that stuff. Yeah, the Hall pick. Listen, the Taylor Hall pick was weird, or draft trade was strange. Because you got to admit it. I know there's a few Oiler fans here probably, but you guys got to admit it. Taylor Hall wasn't doing that before in Edmonton. He was good, but like Taylor Hall got better in New Jersey. Like Taylor Hall's work ethic wasn't great with the Oilers. He didn't suck, but you know what I mean? He wasn't taking it to the next level with the Oilers. It's strange. Like the Devils, something clicked with him where it was different. I think basically what a guy like Hall is, I think there was a lot of pressure on him in Canada. I think there's a lot of pressure on him in Canada. And it's different like when you're on the Devils. Like Taylor Hall basically lives like a 15-minute walk from here. He lives in Hoboken. He goes to the bar where we did the road rage like all the time. Like he lives like fucking close to here. Like Michelle said, yeah, he lives right near you. Like he lives in one of the condos, like right down there. No one knows who the hell he is, So there's way different pressure for him playing. All he has to do is worry about hockey. You know what I mean? It's different. Like when you're in Canada, it is over the top, the pressure. Not for everybody, but for certain guys. And Taylor Hall was one of those guys. Flashy blonde dude, top pick, kind of cocky. So everything he did was magnified. Sort of like Evander Kane. When Evander Kane's in Canada, everything the guy does is like a fucking story. Or Evander Kane goes to these other teams and he can actually play and fit in. He doesn't have to worry about media or any bullshit. Yeah, the Devils did invent the trap. Jacques Lemaire. Although the somewhat trap system or the so-called wall. Exactly. That's a good point. That's a good point, Carew. That's what I was getting at. It's like there's certain markets. Like you're the star player in the Edmonton Oilers, especially your Taylor Hall. It's like your personality is going to dictate the coverage around you. And you know what I mean? He's a flashy dude. He came across as a flashy dude. So, and he was picked so high. There was the pressure. It's more so. Like you can't compare the pressure playing for the Edmonton Oilers than you can playing for the New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils have like one beat writer. If that alternates. You know what I mean? Like there's no pressure whatsoever being on the Devils. All you have to worry about is showing up to the rink and playing hockey. You're in Edmonton. It never fucking ends. You can't go out to a bar. Everyone, you impregnated this girl. This girl accused you of this. Fucking everywhere you go to the grocery store. Everyone knows who you are all the time. You can't, Taylor Hall was buying fucking Fruit Loops. Right? Like you can't win. Like look at Phil Kessel. People were taking pictures. Fucking Steve Simmons was stalking Phil Kessel eating a hot dog. Like Phil Kessel was on the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he lived fucking on Bay Street, downtown Toronto, and there's a lot of hot dog stands on the street in Toronto. So whatever. Phil Kessel used to eat a hot dog every day. He used to go to this stand and he'd eat a hot dog. So, of course, Steve Simmons fucking took a picture of him eating a hot dog and said, it's not right that this guy is a professional athlete and makes all this money and he eats like this. Like, are you shitting me? Like, you're going after a pro athlete because you saw him eating a hot dog. And I even spoke to the hot dog vendor, and the poor hot dog vendor didn't know. You know, there's some dude. And the guy said, yeah, that guy's a nice guy. He comes here every day. Simmons like speaking to the hot dog vendor. It turns out that Phil Kessel's a regular at the hot dog stand. It's like, you're fucking insane, bro. Like, thing is, you don't expose some of the hockey guys that you're friends with, right? That are like fucking cheating on people, sleeping with underage girls. You want to pick on Phil Kessel because he's eating a hot dog. Because whatever. The best part was Phil Kessel winning the Stanley Cup. Phil Kessel winning the Stanley Cup and taking a fucking picture of him eating a hot dog with the cup, and he sent it to Steve Simmons on Twitter. That's what I'm saying. Like, Taylor Hall is a big party guy and shit. In Canada, it wears thin quick. Like, honestly, it does, you know? We can go on and on. There's so many players that, like, had to be removed from the Canadian scene because of that. Chris Chelios. Chris Chelios was a very good player with the Montreal Canadiens, but he became better with Detroit. Like, he would have self-destructed. Like, he was self-destructing, you know? Like, there's a lot of dudes that like need to get away. Jose Theodore was like that. Jose Theodore won the MVP with the Canadiens, and what happened? Shit got crazy, shit got crazy, man, and he had to go. You know what I mean? And he played better. Roberto Luongo. Roberto Luongo is a nice guy. Roberto's not a jerk. Like, Roberto Luongo is a really nice guy in real life. And look at the pressure in Vancouver, man. Like, fucking over the top. Roberto Luongo this, Roberto Luongo that. It's Roberto Luongo's fault. It rains every day in Vancouver at one point. Like, it's his fault they lost the cup. It's like Luongo this. Never got any credit when they played well. You know what I mean? But if he played poorly, everyone blamed him. You know, like, if you were Roberto Luongo, then a Corey Schneider shit. Like, if you were Luongo, why would you want to be there? Like, you'd say, get me the fuck out of here. Like, that's what I would do if I was Carey Price in Montreal. And I hate guys that always bail on teams and shit, but honestly, if I was Carey Price, now the Canes are a little better now. It's a little different, but it's almost to this point that Price has accepted it, but it's the same thing. Like, people fucking approach Carey Price in grocery stores and bitch at him and shit. Like, he's a big star. They love him, but there's people that bitch at him too, right? It's not worth it. If you're Carey Price, it's like, dude, I'm on a team that's never going to win the Stanley Cup. I got a bunch of wacko fucking people that'll turn on me in a heartbeat if I don't play well for a full week. I got ripped. Remember, Carey Price got ripped for a preseason loss. Remember, and he did he goes, everyone needs to relax. He's like, it's a preseason game. Relax, all right? But then people got mad in Montreal. He's telling us to relax. Fuck him. He always gets hurt. Maybe if he wins, he will relax. And, like, it just escalates. It escalates in Canada with the hockey players. So then the player suddenly just gets like, fuck you guys, man, are crazy. And it boils over. And honestly, and then after, it's true. And then after, everyone in Canada always like bitches after. Like Montreal Canadian fans will then complain how we never sign any star players. It's like because you're insane. And players are all friends in the NHL. They all know. So you don't think they know when they go to Montreal that holy fuck, when the players see the media on one side and there's like 80 people and their room there's like 2 people, they prefer the 2 people. Like, I'm going to pull a Brooks on this one. I don't know if Brooks is still in the chat, but Brooks is always talking about how he would play for the Phoenix Suns and he wouldn't, the NBA, just like the lifestyle of winning the money. Like, remember, like Jack Eichel said, he said after a couple of years in Buffalo, it was wearing him out. And he said, he got to, I'm in the NHL and I'm a millionaire. Life's good. And he was like, no. This isn't good. We got to win. We got to win. And he got back. He goes, it's easy to sort of fall into that trap. But if I was an NHL player, I totally get it. Now, I wouldn't want to be on a shit team. But exactly, Kyrou. I would fucking, like me, like honestly, like the ideal place to play in the NHL is Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Lightning, life's easy. You know what I mean? Your team is really good. You have a chance of winning the cup. There's zero pressure. There's pressure from the coach and the organization. That's about it. You know what I mean? There's an expectation that you got to win, but there's no outside external forces. There's not people calling radio shows saying that, hey, this guy's banging my sister. And like, I don't think people realize the insanity in some of the Canadian markets, right? Like, if I was a player, I wouldn't want to deal with it either. I wouldn't mind it if the team was good, but if the team sucks, it's not worth it, right? Like, if you're going through all this, if you're Carey Price, like, what's the point? It's like you get harassed all the time for what? To maybe make the playoffs? Like, at least in the old days, like Patrick Roy would get harassed, but the stakes were high. It's like the Yankees. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's pressure, but it's worth it because it's the Yankees and you make the playoffs and it's like, that's what you grew. That's what you want to be an athlete for. Right? But you don't want to deal with the circus if there's no plus side to it. Las Vegas is another good one. No state tax. Pretty much that's the most popular 2 teams that fucking people want to play for in the NHL are Tampa Bay and Dallas. It's no coincidence. Like, honestly, like if you're a player, no offense to Winnipeg, but if you're a player, like why the hell would you want to go to Winnipeg? It'd be torture. Like if you had a choice, you could be like, well, I could live in Dallas and go to Cowboy games and it doesn't really get too cold. I can go to NBA games. Or I can live in Winnipeg where it's fucking dark fucking 18 hours a day and it's cold as fuck all the time. And it's so cold I can't go out. And oh yeah, if I do go out to the local bar, everyone knows who you are. Like you can't win. Like that's what we remember. I was talking about Serge Ibaka in Oklahoma City. He said he basically never left his house. He built a basketball gym in his house and he had a movie theater in his house. He said, I watch movies and shot basketball all the time. And he said, it was funny. He said, he goes, it does make you better. He goes, we're a better team because we don't really party that much. And he said, you can't party. There's nowhere to go. Like, yeah, but Winnipeg's not a real murder capital. It is and it isn't. Winnipeg is a murder capital of Canada per capita. Toronto's the murder capital for real. Toronto's like the most dangerous city, but basically it's like all native people and hookers and shit that get killed. So like the streets of Winnipeg are safe, but not if you're like a homeless girl or a hooker or something like that. Specifically natives. There's a ton of like native crime and native murders, and me and Cam talked about it. We brought it up right here, but the story. Chris Bryant was on Ryan Dempster's podcast and baseball players, and they were talking about cities and shit in the league. So basically the same thing, you know, Kevin Durant and McCollum did it. About Kevin Durant was talking about his favorite. People were reading between the lines, trying to figure out his free agent. He was talking about what cities he likes going to in the NBA and stuff. And, you know, they would go, what about that town? What about that town? Oh, that's cool. So they basically did the same thing with Dempster. And they brought up St. Louis. And Chris Bryant said, I would never play for the St. Louis Cardinals. So Bryant, not a Cubs rival, he said, I would never play. And it wasn't for the rivalry. He said, I would never play for the Cardinals. And he goes, I don't like St. Louis. He said, it's the most boring city in the league by far. And he goes, he would rather retire basically than play in St. Louis. And Ryan Dempster piled on after and said that nobody wants to play in St. Louis. He goes, you only get traded to St. Louis. Nobody wants to go there. And Yadier Molina is pissed. Fuck. How dare you talk about St. Louis? You're a baseball player. You should respect every city in the league. The Raptors have done a good job. Like the Raptors stigma is still there, but not fully there. Like remember years ago, it was a problem. Like people were like Canada, Toronto, and like, you know what I mean? They didn't really know. They really didn't know anything about it, you know? You'll notice now the Toronto shit doesn't come up. It's not like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to Canada. I'm not going to Toronto. And in fact, Toronto is a popular, like NBA players like Toronto a lot. So, and like Kevin Durant talked about it, he said Toronto, but Kevin Durant's favorite city for some reason is Phoenix. So he's right in Brooks's alley. Kevin Durant said he likes Phoenix the best. He said like not playing in Phoenix. He said like not like he doesn't like it's like, oh, we're playing the Suns. But he said he likes the city of Phoenix the best. He goes, oh, I really like Phoenix. And, you know, the weather is there great. Durant basically said he, you know, it was the big cities. Durant said he liked going to New York, Toronto, and Miami. Yeah, Miami was another one. They all like Miami. Fuck. Oh boy. All right, we're in overtime in the Islander game. I need the Islanders. I don't have a good track record in hockey overtimes. Never ends well. Looks like there's 1 minute left in overtime. Looks like we could be going to a shootout. Blackhawks wearing black jerseys. Oh shit, here come the Hawks. Oh boy. Ugh. Ooh. Oh. Oh my God. I don't know how that didn't go in. We talked about it today. The New York Islanders and the Brooklyn Nets, the hottest teams in the league. Fucking Phoenix, man. I'm done with these fucking cocksuckers and the fucking totals, man. They always quit. They're 11 points in the fourth quarter. They always quit this team, man. You can take Phoenix when they're getting like 14 on the road, but if you count on them to do anything at home, like it won't work. Yeah, the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets are now 17-5. The Brooklyn Nets are now 17-5 in the last 22 games, and the Islanders are 15-3 in their last 18 games. The two same teams. And no one really talks about either team either, really. They both get buried. I don't know. I get the feeling like the Islanders, like that should have went in for Chicago. Like you get the feeling the Islanders are going to win this game somehow, just like miraculously. You know what I mean? I don't even know who the Islanders have on their team. Like I don't know how they do this. I really don't. Like they don't have like the Brooklyn Nets is a little different. Like the Brooklyn Nets have good players. Obviously, the Islanders players are decent too, but they got a penalty. We're in trouble here. It's fucking 4-on-3 right now. But there's only like 10 seconds left now. Oh, no. Oh. All right, we're going to a shootout. Ugh, fuck. You guys know, anyone who's watched the show for years knows shootouts. Shootouts never end well for us. There's no late night stuff either to jump in on. I'm not going to chase in game. It is what it is. We bet too many games today. What's up, Stooge? Yeah, I should have got in on the Mavericks. I bet too many games today. Another thing, too, I'm betting another book. Like, I did okay at Bookmaker again today because I just sort of, if you're listening to the show, I started adding picks at the end. I gave you guys Villanova. I threw Villanova in there. Be honest, though. We're about to take a beating on Bookmaker here, it looks like. Should have a little more in the account. Come on, motherfuckers. No. History. Ugh. I bet quite a bit today at Bookmaker, and I'm down $32. One of those weird win one, lose one, sort of up and down. All right, here we go. Shootout. I need some wins on the way out here, guys. Jonathan Toews goes first. Fucking Jonathan Toews. Dude went on a big tour. I hate that. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like, whatever. All right. We're down 1-0. We don't score. Well, you know we're going to lose. I never win shootouts, man. That was a pretty shitty attempt by Bailey. This is a problem. The Hawks are good at a shootout. Here comes Kane. Fuck, he's going to score. And Kane scores easily. Not only are we going to lose, we're getting our ass kicked in the shootout. Fuck, man. Make a fucking save. The problem is the Blackhawks, the Blackhawks are shit now, but they have good skill players still, right? It's hard to stop Kane on a breakaway. And Taze, we're screwed. Well, we need to score here or else the game's over. I never fucking win shootouts, man. That wasn't even like, that was the worst shootout attempt I've ever fucking seen. Fucking NHL. That's what I get for betting a bunch of NHL games tonight. Edmonton Oilers are losing to the Red Wings, fucking losing a shootout here. Fucking Washington Capitals blow a 6-4 lead, lose 7-6. Like, really, you got to be shitting me, man. This is why I don't like betting hockey. I don't mind betting one game and shit, but I'm stupid. Fuck, I bet all these games. You know, it's bringing on. It's begging disaster. Fuck me, man. That was like pathetic. Fuck. Like, that was like the worst shootout attempt I've ever seen. Like both Islander, I would have stopped both Islander attempts. Like dude, I've seen guys in like honestly, I've seen like 15-year-olds. Like I've had like better attempts against me than that. Guy in the Otters comes in, goes to his backhand. Yeah, that's fucking revolutionary, dude. Yeah, that's gonna fucking really get Cam Ward confused. So I don't like watching these games either. It just makes me mad. Same shit. Calgary's up 2-1 right now, but look, the over. Ooh, the over, the over. I never win when I take an NHL over. Every Calgary game goes over the number. Suddenly, look, it's fucking 2-1 tonight. Fortunately, I didn't double up on that. I do have the Flames fucking multiple places, though. Hockey lines are crazy, man. Like, I see here right now, the Calgary Flames are minus 700 to win the game. Minus 700. They're only winning by 1 goal. San Diego State's up 12-5 right now in Fresno State. I got no action on it. UNLV in New Mexico, I got no action, no feel for that. We might have to take it on the chin tonight, man. Bad luck in hockey. Whatever. I shouldn't have bet all these games, but bad beats. Look, we just lost in a shootout. That sucked. We lost in a shootout. I don't know what happened in the Washington game. Washington were winning all night. They were never really like pulling away, but they were up by 2 goals. I saw it was 5-3. Next thing I know, I see it's fucking 7-6. Like, you know, Washington blows it. We lose that. Ottawa was a clean, just bad pick, bad loss. Edmonton, bad pick, bad loss. I'm getting killed in the NHL here tonight. I need Calgary. I need Calgary to win the fucking game. Yeah, it's a beat. Tonight's actually pretty frustrating, to be honest. That's what happens. I've been hot recently. I didn't go crazy with units or anything, but I spent too many fucking hockey games. It's weird. Normally, it's the opposite with me. Normally, I lose like at 7 o'clock, and I always like dig a little hole. I'm like 0-2 or whatever, and I'm like, oh shit, I better start winning. And then I always like bang, 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 and strong on the way out. The last couple of nights have been weird. It's been like win, 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 win early, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, man, we're gonna have another big night tonight. I had a nice night last night. Thinking, well, we're gonna have another big night tonight. Start out of the gate early. Fuck, Villanova hit. There was another college. Like we were hitting early tonight. And then now, same with last night. Like we had a big night, but on the way out, there was a couple. No, we gave it the over in the Warrior game. That hit too. But here we are now. Suddenly, Duke is crushing Pittsburgh. That's a bad bet. The over of this Flames game is not going to hit. We just got screwed in the Islander game. Like we're running out of real estate here in fucking games. Like we're going to need the fucking Flames to win this fucking stupid game. It's fucking pissing me off, man. Whatever. What are you going to do? All right, so the stupid, silly props are starting to be released. Here's a good bet actually. It's a dumb one, but it's a good one. How many times will Donald Trump tweet on Super Bowl Sunday? Over under 9.5. He's not going to tweet 10 fucking times. He tweets a lot, but he's not going to tweet 10 times. I'll go over the numbers later. I'm going to crunch some numbers on that. I'm going to look and see, but a couple of things. But it says retweets do not count. He's not like he goes on these little fucking binges where it'll be like, a 4-part tweet, number 1, and number 2, number 3, number 4. Sometimes he goes on a rant, but he's not going to comment on every play or anything. Number of times government shutdown is mentioned. Over under 0.5. Plus 350 that it's mentioned. Minus 500 that it isn't. Yeah. They must know something. They must know something. It depends on the broadcaster. If it was Al Michaels, he'd have some sort of quip or something about the government shutdown. But Jim Nantz is so safe, he'd say, oh, it's nothing to do with football. So Jim Nantz also said that he doesn't know what the point spreads are in games. Sort of goes out how fucking touch he is. Like this number of typos in Donald Trump's tweets on Super Bowl Sunday. Over 0.5 plus 300. Yes. Under 0.5 minus 450. He fucks up on purpose. Donald Trump deliberately spells poorly and shit on Twitter. He does it deliberately. You know what's amazing though? Normally, guys, they never release the props this early before, but welcome to the new age. Is Milos Raonic playing right now? No. It's coming up. When's he play? When's the Raonic match? Milos Raonic, tennis. ATP. Oh, 23:45, 11:45 tonight. All right, is Jazz around still? Wow, Serena lost and she was minus 2,000. It's crazy. Yeah, we're gonna go over in the Milos Raonic match. It's 30. It's interesting. It's 36.5 at Bet365, but it's 38 at Bookmaker. But I think it goes over. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know anything about the other guy, but I know that Milos Raonic's matches are never easy, and he's a big server and shit. And big servers, they always go over. 36.5. Feels a little low. (3-1) Detroit. This is a frustrating night. So yeah, as I was saying, the props guys, normally, listen, I've been around a long time. They never released the props this early before. And the props are popping up fast and furious right now. And in fact, most of the player props are already out already. I've never seen anything like this. Like usually there's a drama building up to it. Like Vegas is really becoming more and more irrelevant. And listen, I'm not talking, it's a crazy good city and shit, and they're still making a shitload of money. Any state that brings in $500 million a month in sports betting isn't like relevant. But it used to be, what does the Westgate say? Oh, waiting for the Super Bowl props to come out from Vegas. And they used to release them generally on the Thursday. So like in a couple of days, the Thursday or Friday. You know, the Thursday they would fully sort of, Thursday they'd pop out, Friday they'd sort of be copied and they'd be everywhere else. Now, look, it's Tuesday, and these numbers have been out all day. I saw these lines this morning. And they're already going up, actually. Fuck yeah, the Brady number's going up. I'm not surprised. Total passing yards, Jared Goff, 278.5. Tom Brady, total passing yards, 287.5. It's too low. Tom Brady was 283.5 the other day against Kansas City. Sailed over. Jared Goff was 283 against the Saints. People were like, you're crazy. He's not going to go over. They're going to run the ball, blah, blah. He threw for fucking, went over. It's a pass-happy NFL. This is going to be a high-scoring game. Like, I'm gladly going to bet both these numbers. Both these numbers. You're going to need to score like 35 points or something to win this game. Or at least 30. This isn't a 2017 game. Trust me. It's not going to be a 2017 game. It's going to open up. It's indoors. There's too much offensive talent. You got Tom Brady and Edelman are just, they're impossible to stop. Jared Goff gets more and more confident with every pass that he throws. I told you guys last night, too, we were talking about Todd Gurley. Sean McVay was talking about it today. And they said Todd Gurley is healthy. Like, obviously he's not 100%, but there's no, he's about whatever. Like, he's just, I don't know, he's not the same since he's been back. Like I said last night, they wouldn't have brought him back if he wasn't healthy. They would have, you think they want to bring him back and lose him again? Like, they would have said, all right, don't bring him back against Arizona or San Francisco. Like, they brought him back. They obviously thought he was good to go. And Sean McVay, because he was asked about this, and he said no. He said he should be healthy. He's just not in a rhythm. And, you know, so hopefully the 2 weeks will do Todd Gurley some good here. I think it will. And in fact, McVay's exact quote was, "We're expecting Todd to be a big part of our offense." So I believe him too. So hopefully we're hoping for the best for Gurley. I know now I'm getting outputted. Fucking Jazz isn't responding. I have to get this bet in over a bookmaker. So now I got to lay to 38 here. Fuck. All right. So you got Djokovic is minus 900, but that's at 3 in the morning. If you parlay Djokovic, Raonic, and Nadal, it pays plus 100, minus 101, whatever, depending on the book. It's actually not bad. The completions, my guess will be Tom Brady 25.5, Jared Goff 23.5. That's my guess. Tom Brady 25.5, Jared Goff 23.5. All right, player total completions. They don't have it. Long field goal scored, 45.5. It's weird because they have player total passing yards, they have player receptions, but they don't have player total completions. Player passing attempts they have. Jared Goff, 36.5. Tom Brady, 36.5. I think they both go over. Player total receiving yards. Brandon Cooks, 71.5. I expect Cooks to have a big game. Julian Edelman, 82.5. It seems like all kind of obvious. You're going to take Edelman over, but there's a reason. Brady throws it to him all the time, like we saw. Like, it's one of these deals where everyone knows it's going to Edelman, but they still get it to him. Robert Woods, 69.5, I think is a little high. Woods, like I got burnt the other night. There was more catches than yards for Woods. Cooks is the yards guy. Woods is more the possession guy. Julian Edelman, it can't be stopped. Let's see, they have player total receptions up. Yes, sir. All right, Brandon Cooks, 4.5 over. Fuck, what's minus 150. Chris Hogan, free money. We got it at plus. We got it at 2.5 the other game. It's 2.5 again. This time it's minus 175 though. Gerald Everett, 2.5. How many catches did Everett have the other night against the Saints? Quite a few, it seemed, wasn't it? Like 3, 4. Julian Edelman, 6.5, too low. He'll get over that. Now, one thing is, as we know, Bill Belichick is very good at taking away what you want to do. So with the Rams, there could be some of these secondary guys to sort of keep your eye on. Belichick knows Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks was on the Patriots last year. And yeah, he didn't really fit in. He was only there 1 year. He split. And it's funny because he was on the Saints before, and they just played the Saints and they beat them. And Cooks had a big game. No, so look, Gerald Everett only had 2 catches. He was targeted 4 times, but pretty big play. He had that big 39-yard catch, the rumble. He was targeted 4 times, 2 catches, 50 yards. Hogan ended up with a lot of catches, but it's 2.5 once again. I would go over the number again. You know, Josh Reynolds is 3.5. As I stated, like, you know Belichick is going to come up with a plan to try to slow down Brandon Cooks. All right, 3-2, 2 minutes left. Edmonton need another goal to tie it, but there's only 2 minutes left. Edmonton, pull the goalie. Come on, McDavid. All right, icing with $1.19 left. Edmonton's got a chance. I'm looking forward to DailyRoto.com's props, actually, and their projections for the Super Bowl. The Mark Lawrence database is churning out stuff fast and furious. It's weird, though. In this Super Bowl, a lot of times the Super Bowl, there's a few like weird trends that really catch my eye. There really isn't. One thing that's interesting is Sean McVay. You know, Sean McVay's never lost to an AFC team. It's fucking bizarre. In the same season. Rams head coach Sean McVay owns the league's best win percentage in games away from home. 15-3, including 10-0 straight up and 8-2 against the spread in those same games against teams that were underdogs in their previous contests. Also 8-0 against AFC opposition. Here's something that we always talk about every year about the point spread not mattering. Shoot the puck, man. Shoot. Fucking Edmonton, man. You have an extra man advantage. They had the puck, like they had a couple of good chances. Buddy decides to shoot. He misses the net so badly. The puck goes all the way around the boards, around and down the end of the ice. Wow, they're bad. Yeah, so as I was saying, the point spread never means anything in the Super Bowl. It's 44-6-2. So basically, only 6 times has the team not won the Super Bowl and covered the point spread. Pretty insane. Yeah, the long field goal prop we're doing over for sure. Yeah, Cook's in back-to-back Super Bowls too. The Flame game, I don't know. I'm expecting the worst. It's probably 2-2. No, 2-1 still with 2 minutes left. 2-1 Flames. Oh, and of course, fucking Carolina ties it. Why wouldn't they? You can't make this shit up. Do you believe that? I said it. I knew this would happen. Like, it's one of these hockey nights tonight where it was screw job central, man. Holy fuck me, man. Can't make this shit up. Fucking ice hockey. I'm falling through the ice. All right. Well, it's a nice little run while it lasted. Wow. I thought we, hopefully Calgary can win here, but I don't feel good about this. I'm not going to be negative. Let's go Flames. But, like, look at the hockey night tonight. Like Muhammad said, the Washington game was a fucking collapse. It's a fucking screw job. We just lost the Islander game in a shootout. Calgary just blows the lead late. Edmonton loses by 1. It's one of these nights tonight on the ice. I usually don't bet 5 hockey games. That's what I get for doing it. Normally, I just pick 1 or 2 hockey games, and I don't bet like that many. But I actually liked the board tonight. I was cocky. I didn't bet massive units, but I'm not happy the way this is going. It's a real setback. Fucking built one of these accounts up nicely, and I just got crushed tonight here. Well, hopefully we can hit this tennis. So we went over Over 38 at Bookmaker, and I believe Jazz got it in. Thank you. Jazz said he dozed off watching the show. We must be boring Jazz tonight. We'll have to yell louder tomorrow. We're all at that age. Corey fell asleep earlier in the day today. Cam was talking about dozing off all the time. I've been talking about I'm better off when I don't do the afternoon nap. All right, did Calgary just win? That was fast. All right, that's better than nothing. We'll take it. We needed it. We'll take it. No, we appreciate it, Jazz. I'm beaten down too. It feels it's Tuesday, but it feels like it's Thursday. Congratulations, Kyle. All right, so we got to get out of here. It's official, though. The Raging Redhead Cam Stewart got his ticket. He will be coming here next Saturday. And Cam's pretty hardcore. He's already got his he's coming alone this time. I don't believe he's coming with his girlfriend. I think he's leaving on Monday. It's just a quick venture. So he's going to roll in Saturday, but he's already planning it. He's landing in Newark, so he said, "Why doesn't he just take an Uber or taxi straight to the airport, from the airport to the sports book?" Which makes more sense actually than going into New York and then back to the sports book. So he's not going to have luggage or shit. He's just going to have one little bag. He's only here for a fucking day and a half, right? So 2 days or whatever. Saturday night, Sunday night, and then he'll leave Monday afternoon or Monday morning or whatever. I think that's when he's leaving. So next Saturday, I'll go meet Cam at the sports book at about 4 or 5, 4:35. We'll get all our Super Bowl bets in and everything, have a couple of drinks there. We'll come back here. We do a little podcast or whatever. And then next Sunday, the big bet cast, me, Corey, and Cam. And we'll have some other people in there. We'll have guests, and there'll be some hijinks. We'll have some drinks. It's going to be a good time next week during the Super Bowl. Hopefully the Rams win. Hey, I got my lucky Ram jersey and Ram helmet, though, right? So Greg the Leg will be in the house again. How can I not do it again? Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We appreciate your patronage. Listen, we went over the number. We went over the number in the Milos Raonic match, over 36.5 and over 38. Yeah, Bob's going to call it on Monday. Did you watch the Super Bowl? All right, I'm beaten down. So yeah, I took over in the Milos match, and then I took the Johnny Public parlay with Milos, Joker, and Nadal. See you tomorrow, Hainzer, Kyle, Stooch, Jazz, Ryan C, Cody, Colin. Good to see you, Colin. Good to see you, Muhammad. Who else am I missing here? Skooma. Cody AV, Stooch the Man, Hobgoblin, Shano, Nick Papa Giorgio, Mr. Baz. Druzilla was in the house earlier, and anyone else that I don't see in the chat or wasn't around. Other than that, 2-0 Ronick. That's not good. Other than that, you're on your own. See you later, Vegas Gun. Later.